Welcome to another quick and dirty rebuild. This time it'll be the Carolina Panthers. What is a quick and dirty rebuild? It's a rebuild where I take one team to a Super Bowl win within one episode, so it's a quick and dirty rebuild. We are starting this quick and dirty rebuild of the Carolina Panthers now in off-season 2022. This is free agency week 1. I will be starting at this point in time, if you want to put it that way. I will be moving to the draft now and moving ahead from the draft 2022. And from then on, it's game on, trying to get to the Super Bowl and to a win as quickly as possible. The Carolina Panthers are an interesting team to do a quick and dirty rebuild. They've got an overall of 82, an offense of 81 and a defense of 85, which is actually pretty good. Looking at the offensive line, I can see a considerable need at the left tackle position. We might be able to switch around a bit, but basically these two players are just too bad, Irving and Scott. Looking at Daly and Jordan, these are young prospects, so I do think that there is a chance that they will improve. Dennis Daly is 26 years old, so he should improve a bit, but then he will start to decline. So I do think that the left side is something that we will need to address. Our center, I'm actually happy with Bradley Bozeman. He's a 75 overall, 27 years old. He's definitely a good center to work with. The right side is looking very stable with Andy Corbett and Moten at an 85. Taylor Morton here, star dev, 28 years old, 85 overall. I like what I'm seeing here. Our tight end, Tremble, star dev, scheme fit, and 75 overall, so we will be able to work with that. That's great. The wide receiver core is okay as well. We've got DJ Moore, which is fantastic. We've got Rashad Higgins. Over here we've got Anderson and Martian Jr. 70s. The backup wide receivers are in their 70s. The lead wide receivers are 91, 82, so I can work with that. Our fullback, I can work with that as well. It's not a dedicated fullback. Ian Thomas is a tight end, but he's functioning as a fullback in certain plays. The star of the O-line, of course, is Christian McCaffrey, 99 overall, superstar X-Factor player, 26 years old, from Stanford. He is the star, and the running game is very good as well. I'm looking at the quarterback, and this is the position where I feel like we need to do the most. Sam Darnold is workable. He's 78. He's not a complete failure at the moment. 25, a normal dev. But I do think that this is the position that we need to address. The Carolina Panthers will be heading into the 2022 season with Sam Darnold as their starting QB. At least this is what they have stated, beginning of April 2022. However, I want to focus on this position. This is one that I definitely want to fill up in the draft. I already have an idea who I want to be going with. You might as well. We can check that later. And yeah, let's take a look at defense. Defense is very good with an 85 overall. We've got a very strong backline here, right edge, left edge, and both D tackles are all star devs. We even have a superstar X Factor in Brian Burns here, 24 years old, so that's a prospect for the future and a superstar X Factor at that. So I'm very happy with that. The cornerbacks are looking good. We've got Jackson, we've got Horn and Henderson over there with an 85, 79 and 80. They will only get better. Our free safety is at an 85, so that's great. And Xavier Woods, I do hope I pronounced that first name correctly, is at an 80 overall and a normal development trait, but I can work with that. Left outside linebacker is a 75 overall, and our right outside linebacker is an 87 overall. The position I think I need to address here is mid linebacker. We have two in here. One is Kamal Martin. He's 24 years old. I do think that we need to get another player in because this will definitely be too little to really get anywhere quickly. Although his ratings are actually very good. He's got a deficit down here in power moves, finesse moves, catching press, and man coverage, and that's dragging his overall down a bit. So I might stick with him, see how he develops in the first season, and then we'll move on from there. However, remember, this is quick and dirty, so I will be trying to get to the Super Bowl win as quickly as possible. I'm excited to start this quick and dirty rebuild now. Especially looking at the other two that I did with the Seattle Seahawks. That took 6 years to win the Super Bowl. The Pittsburgh Steelers, that was a 1 year quick and dirty rebuild, way faster than I expected. I'm very happy about the way it turned out in the end, with Matt Corral leading the team to the Super Bowl win within one season after the departure of Ben Roethlisberger. Nevertheless, I'm always open to ideas, so if you have any ideas, please just drop them in the comments below. If you like this format, please like and subscribe. This helps the channel grow a lot. And now, without further ado, let's head towards the draft and see how quickly we can win the Super Bowl for the Carolina Panthers. A quick draft recap for the Carolina Panthers. We did trade up 2 picks from the 2023 draft for the overall pick number 4, because I wanted to have Kenny Pickett in this Carolina Panthers team, so he's my number 1 pick, the quarterback from Pittsburgh College. Charles Cross is my 2nd pick. He's a left tackle from Mississippi State. He will be slotting straight into the team with a 73 overall. 3rd pick was a left guard, Demarius Ayers from UCF. He's a pass protector, 22 years old. He will be strengthening that left side as well. We got a wide receiver with Chris Rogers, a 71 overall from Northern Iowa. 5th round pick was Ezekiel Boyd, a strong safety from Arkansas State. And then we had a 6th round pick that was Dalvin Hyde from UCLA, 22 years old. This is the roster heading into the first season with the Carolina Panthers. You can see that mostly it's unchanged. We've got Kenny Pickett at quarterback now. We've got Charles Cross at left tackle and David Ayers at left guard. Everything else is pretty much unchanged. I like to keep it realistic, even though it's a quick and dirty rebuild. Why? Well, simply because I do not want to start building fantasy teams here with existing superstar X factors and just wiping away the league. You can see that a few of our players, especially up front, the linebackers, went up a bit in overalls, but nothing crazy here. Overall, I'm pretty happy with where we are. I do think that we should be able to at least make the playoffs pretty quickly with a team like this. Our season goal will be to make the playoffs, of course. Looking at our season schedule on the left, I do think that there are a good number of teams in there that are pretty tough, but then again, there are enough teams that we should be equal to or even better. So I do not have any big doubts in committing to our goal for this year. It might seem a bit aggressive, but we as the Carolina Panthers have to be aggressive. So let's go and see if we can make our goal for the year. We've arrived at the midseason point of the 2022 season. You can see that the Panthers are at a 5-2 overall, leading the NFC South on top of the Buccaneers, Falcons and Saints. Our team has improved a bit overall. We are now at overall of 83. This is down to the offense gaining a bit. The defense has stayed stable. Looking at our offense, we now see the dev traits of our draft picks. Kenny Pickett is a star dev with a 76 overall. He has taken the number 10. He's a 29 ranked quarterback right now. Throw power is 89, medium accuracy is 87, short accuracy is 89. These are certainly his top stats, but the other ones are solid as well. He's not much of a rushing quarterback, so that is something that I may have to get used to if I do decide to play a playoff game, as I usually do. But so far, a quick look at his stats. He seems to be doing well. He has scored 2,000 yards in passing, scored 16 touchdowns, had 4 interceptions, which is actually not too bad, taking into account the other numbers. With all of those completions, 4 interceptions really isn't that bad. 81 long, 11 sacks. All right, that's a number that's more down to his offensive line. We'll simply keep that in mind and maybe improve on the center and the guard positions. But overall, completion percentage of 65 is really good. Yards per attempt 8, that's good as well. The yards per game at 286 overall. So if he continues to play like this in his rookie season, he should make well over 4,000 passing yards, which is a great start to his career at the Carolina Panthers. Defense is looking unchanged. Players went up a bit. I already upgraded them. We have no changes in development traits. Still solid, still looking good. I will not be changing the team during the season now. We will then head to the end of the season and will then make an assessment of things that we maybe have to change. We will be heading into the wildcard game against the Atlanta Falcons now. We are looking at the team stats. We are better on paper. Offense is 87 versus 85. Defense 88 versus 85. Overall, we are 87 versus 85. So I do think that on paper this should be a good game. Let's hope that Madden doesn't kick us somewhere where it hurts. As always, I will be simming the game and then entering the game myself if I get a feeling that I need to do something. It's a snow game and it's underway. Carolina Panthers first on the board, followed by the Falcons, 10-7. Looks to be evenly matched. A lot of back and forth. 13-10, third quarter. I think I should jump in now. Let's try and close the gap. And yeah, take the win here. We have 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. We need 2 touchdowns to win. I think I'll be going with DJ Moore and Tremble being my backup here. Alright, that worked quite nicely. It's time for the 2-minute warning. On this snowy day, let's go with the Y stick. Again, DJ Moore my target, unless something else opens up. And separation is there, very nice. Let's try and get down the field, and he stopped pretty much straight away. We are making progress, but it's still going a bit slow. So we will go with verticals now. I will be going with Rashad Higgins, Moore being my second option here. Moore was wide open there, but overthrown by Kenny Pickett. This is not good. I need to get the ball quickly down the field. Let's go with the quick slants now. Again, looking at Moore. And an interception. That's absolutely on me. That was a very, very bad throw. Super bad decision. Alright, defense stopped the Falcons pretty quickly. Let's go for a dagger. Snow game is not making it much easier to see the Falcons in their dress. That's all white. I do think that it's a bit of a problem with Kenny Pickett at the moment, that whenever I move, it's inaccurate very quickly. I'll try and stay stationary, and again, a turnover. My intended receiver was Rashad Higgins, but pass was a bit overthrown and caught by the Atlanta Falcons. It's a pick, and let's take a look again. That jump came too late, and yeah, an interception. That did not go as planned. Let's take a quick look here. The Falcons had more yards gained, more rush yard gains, more pass yards, offensive first downs, turnovers they had 3. I would like to say that it was not all my fault, but I have to admit that those throws were a bit premature, maybe overestimating the accuracy that Kenny Pickett has at this point in time in the game. So overall, it's a deserved loss by 13 points. Let's do a quick season recap. The Kansas City Chiefs won against the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. So at least we can say we lost against the Super Bowl contender here. The Super Bowl MVP was quarterback Chris Harris Jr. The overall most valuable player was Patrick Mahomes. No big surprise there. Coach of the year was the Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. Offensive player of the year was Patrick Mahomes. Defensive player Chandler Jones. Offensive rookie of the year was Kenny Pickett, our quarterback. So that should give him more experience, maybe even change his development trait, which would be great. And defensive rookie of the year was Bengals left edge player Kayvon Thibodeau, who's also from the 2022 draft. And indeed, Kenny Pickett did go up in development trait. He's now a superstar. If we look at the progression history, it is due to the Player Award Offensive Rookie of the Year and Quarterback of the Year. Wow, let's take a look at his stats there in a second. I really think he is improving greatly. His throw power has gone up, deep accuracy has gotten way better. Medium accuracy, short accuracy are very good. Play action, throw and run, and break sack are still development areas that I will focus on when all the other parts are upgraded. Apart from that, he's looking really solid. A quick check on his stats. He has 5,161 recorded pass yards. That's a fantastic stat for his rookie season. He's got a very high passer rating. He scored 41 touchdowns, only 13 interceptions. That would have been only 10 without me picking up the controller in the last game. Overall, very good completion percentage of 68%. So pretty happy we picked him up in the draft. Taking a quick look at player negotiations, I have re-signed Brian Burns at left edge. It's a massive monster deal. I've extended that to 7 years now, but I think he's a cornerstone in the defense and very young, and I would really like to keep him, so I re-signed him. Sam Darnold, sitting at 78, lower rated than Kenny Pickett, asking for a $60 million deal overall, 3 years. That's simply too expensive for my backup quarterback, so I will not be extending his contract. I have extended Frankie Louvu. He's at left outside linebacker, 76 overall, 26 years old. I will not be extending Dennis Daly, a bit too expensive for my taste. Left tackle Cameron Irving will not be extending him, 31 years old, only 71 overall. Free safety Miles Hartsfield, I will not be re-signing him, despite him having an absolutely great speed. Sam Franklin Jr., strong safety, 27, 70 overall only, will not be extending his contract, and also not of right edge Darryl Johnson Jr. I think that I can get better players in free agency or equal players at a cheaper price. Before I head into free agency, I would like to increase the cap space that I can work with at 24.7 mil right now. I think I can clear up a bit of space Alright, so as you can see, by cleaning house a bit, we were able to free up around 6 mil in available salary cap. What I will do next is I will go over the roster and just try to maybe trade away expensive players. Deal finalized, we are sending our halfback Devonta Foreman to the Cowboys, receiving a left tackle McCann. He's 24 years old and is about 6th in cap space, so that is a clearing trade. Another deal done, we are sending our center Pat Elflein and next year's 7th rounder to the Eagles, receiving D tackle Tuipulotu, again cap clearing. Another deal done, we are sending our strong safety Xavier Woods, 79 overall, 29 years old, to the Eagles, and receiving strong safety Brandon Jones. He's 25, almost the same overall. So in free agency for week 1, we are putting out offers for wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. I would like to improve on our wide receiver number 11 Anderson, who's an 81 overall, 30 years old. So Brandon Ayuk would be an improvement there, of course. I need to bring in a kicker because we do not have one at the moment. I would like to bring in fullback Andy Yanovich for the same reason. I'd like to bring in mid linebacker David Long Jr., 26 years old, 77 overall. He would be an immediate improvement over our current mid linebacker in Kenyon Martin, who could develop behind him, and then we could pick whoever develops quicker. But that's definitely a 5-point overall gain at that position. Adding a second center in Nick Harris would be an improvement. Regarding depth-wise, the overalls are pretty much the same as we can see, but he's 4 years younger, so he should be at a higher overall at the age of 28. So that's my reason for handing an offer to Nick Harris. I would like to add a bit more depth at right outside linebacker position. We only have Thompson there. I'd like to bring in Mac Wilson Sr. He's young, he's got a good overall. He would be a good fit, he's a scheme fit. Right guard Blake Hans also in there for depth and a cheap option behind Andy Corbett. And finally, Kyle Allen is the super lowball 7-year offer for a backup QB, just in case Kenny Pickett gets injured during a match. If he gets injured for more than one match, I would definitely have to head into free agency, because Kyle Allen would not be more than immediate replacement. If we look down, we can see that the center has signed the mid linebacker David Long Jr. has signed, wide receiver Brandon Ayuk has signed, right guard Bratton Hans has signed, and right outside linebacker Mac Wilson Sr. has signed. Very happy about that. Let's head in and see if we need to improve our offers somewhere. Week 3, we've got another contract accepted, this time by fullback Andy Yanovich. Still waiting for the quarterback and the kicker. Alright, we got a contract rejected by Kyle Allen, but that's no problem. That was the least important position to me. I will simply be picking up a quarterback in the NFL Draft 2023. We have one deal done before heading to the draft, and that is we are sending wide receiver Anderson with an 81 overall, 30 years old, 7th round and 5th rounder to the Eagles, and we are receiving wide receiver Garrett Wilson, who's 22 years old and a 79 overall, along with a star dev trait. Alright, a quick draft recap here for the Carolina Panthers after the 2023 draft. We have signed backup QB Marcus Sharpton, who surprisingly has a hidden dev trait at a 56 overall. We will not be trying to unlock that. He's nothing more but a backup quarterback for Kenny Pickett. Second pick was Ray McLaughlin. In the 4th round, he's a center, 49 overall. What did strike me was his very nice strength and his acceleration and agility. Those were ranked as elite, so that's a positive, but again, nothing but a backup. And finally, my highest ranked pick out of the 6th round is halfback Timmy Culver, 22 years old, out of Butler. Nothing special there, a normal def trait. However, I do like his speed, agility and acceleration, as well as the juke move, spin move and change of direction. Apart from that, nothing too crazy, but again, a backup is all we needed. Heading into the next season, we are starting with a superstar dev, Kenny Pickett. Behind him we have the new backup quarterback. McCaffrey is our main running back. We have a wide receiver core that's changed a little bit. We've got DJ Moore as our wide receiver 1. Backup for him is Garrett Wilson. And on the other side at wide receiver 2 we've got Brandon Ayuk and Rashawn Higgins. The offensive line is unchanged. What I did do is I dragged Nick Harris one position up. He's now above Bozeman here because his overall is only one lower, but he's a scheme fit and he's 24 years old, so I do expect him to improve. On the defensive side, things are looking as good as they did before, even a bit better. Some overalls have gone up. I am keeping an eye on Matt Ioannidis because I have a feeling that he might be regressing, so I do think that we will have to do something here. I like the look of my new mid linebacker a lot. That's an improvement. Left outside linebacker with Luvu right there is also looking good. So I think we are set. Let's head into the new season, try to reach the playoffs, and again try to win the Super Bowl. I've upgraded what players I could. We are now in week 1. We'll be setting out towards mid-season again. I do hope you like this format. If you have any ideas for teams I should do or scenarios that I should do, then please just drop them in the comments below. If you like this, then please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot in growing and in providing content. We are at the mid-season point of the 2023 season. The Panthers are 6-0. That's a great result right there. We will be taking a quick look at those results. Panthers are on top of the NFL ranking with a perfect percentage up to now. So far this regular season has gone really well. Kicked off with a win against the Saints 33-29, win against the Buccaneers 24-10, against the Saints a second time 30-24, a bit more decisive there. Then against the Bears, the Titans and the Falcons. Now we will have a bye week and the next game will be against the Green Bay Packers, so the second half will be a bit more challenging overall, I reckon. We'll be playing the Cowboys, who are always strong in simulation. The Patriots are tough contenders, the Jags are in there, the Bucks. So yeah, let's see where we end up. I'm confident that we will be making the playoffs. At the end of the 2023 season, we can see two interesting facts. One of those facts is that the team overall is at a 90 right now, with the offense being 92, defense being 90. That's nice, I reckon. What is absolutely mind-blowing for me is that the Panthers are at the head of the NFC South with a 17-0 rating above all other teams. This is a result that I was not expecting. This is something that I had planned for another video, to make a 0-17 team into a 17-0 team, and I bet when I do that video things will take ages to achieve. And here I am right now, second season with the Panthers, and we're at 17-0. Quick look at how we got here. We already checked those results until bye week, and after that obviously only wins, but those wins were pretty clear wins. There were a few close ones like this one here against the Jaguars, but overall it's more than one touchdown, maybe sometimes even 2 touchdowns in it, so that's absolutely a surprise for me. Let's do a quick check of the team, see how that has changed and what the stats look like. Right, leading the passing ranks is Patrick Mahomes with 5,230 yards passed, 433 completions, 50 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Let's just keep that number in mind, with a 70% completion rate, 71% completion rate, sorry. I will be not looking at Sam Darnold, who's at number 2 here, solely down to pass yards. I would be looking at Kenny Pickett, who has a higher completion rate, who has less interceptions in comparison to Patrick Mahomes, who has almost as many completions, attempts and touchdowns, but I'm really looking at those interceptions, and that's absolutely great. He does have more sacks overall, but that is due to the offensive line, not as much to him. But he's the number 3 quarterback, so I'm very happy with that. Our team stats put the Panthers on the top of the offensive stats, meaning we are simply number 1 in the NFL with 8,424 total yards. That is absolutely great. I'm very happy with that. 331 first downs gained, 25 rushing touchdowns, 44 passing touchdowns, 31 points per game, 2,135 rush yards, passing yards 5,099, so that's the total offensive yards. On the defensive side, we are at number 2 with 5,579 yards allowed. That's only about 50 yards more in comparison to the Browns, who are leading this statistic. I'm very happy actually with how we are performing here. I would not have expected this at all. I would have expected this to take a bit longer to bring the team up to this level. We even made it past the wildcard round, and we are straight into the divisional playoff. We are now heading into the game against the Atlanta Falcons, who finished the season 10-7, right below us in the NFC South. When looking at the overalls, I would say that we are pretty evenly matched. There shouldn't be any big surprises waiting for us. I expect a tough game based on these overalls. Taking a quick look at our opponents in the divisional playoff round, we can see that they've got Jameis Winston at quarterback. I'm just taking a quick look who else we will be facing. Alright, no surprises at fullback. Wide receiver, they have Chris Olave, one of the top prospects from the 2022 draft. Auden Tate, Marquez Callaway, Joshua Palmer and Jalen Reagor. I was expecting to see Kyle Pitts a bit higher up there, but he is playing tight end, so that's interesting. Yeah, just quickly going through here. You can stop it at any time. I don't see any big surprises here. Terrell Edmonds, we know him. Young Koo, we know him from other rebuilds that we did. The game has started. We are underway. Carolina on the board, 7-0. Atlanta as well with 7-14 now in the second quarter. It's now going a bit back and forth. Atlanta taking the lead in the third quarter. Carolina coming back. 24, Carolina 28, 24, fourth quarter. And I will be jumping in now in the fourth quarter with 1 minute 45 seconds to play. So it's 1 minute and 16 seconds to play now. The score is tied. We'll be going with a stick here. Looking towards Ayuk and Higgins. Tremble should be my primary receiver, but I don't favor his route here as much. Alright, that was dropped by Ayuk. Maybe let's go with something different here. Let's try a halfback draw, go with Christian McCaffrey. Alright, we did gain a few yards, but we didn't make the first down. 5 yards. Let's go with a vertical. Go for DJ Moore. I'll try and get out of bounds back there, and then get in field goal range to progress. Alright. Taking a timeout now. DJ Moore was not opening up quickly enough, so we needed to do something here. Let's go with the with PA crossers. Usually a play that if it opens up, it's an absolute game changer. Again, I'm looking for Moore and for Higgins. What a catch. What a catch. Absolutely fantastic here by Rashad Higgins. Let's call a timeout. We still have one more timeout here at home. Where are we? I think we should try a halfback draw. Just want to try pushing it up the field a bit more just to get into the 20s. Christian McCaffrey here. Oh, that was bad. That was absolutely terrible. Really, really bad. Let's stop the clock now with 18 seconds to go. I didn't want to do that, but the defense was coming in too quickly and too hot. Right, timeout called by the Falcons. They obviously want to make it into overtime. We're still sticking with the field goal. But now will there be a high pressure field goal where everything fades? That was inaccurate and it's past the field goal. Alright, we are in overtime now. Let's do angle curls here. I will be going with Christian McCaffrey as my intended receiver. Quick run. There we go, nice pass, and it's a first down. And we made it to the 40-yard line. It's a timeout, looks like an injury timeout to Christian McCaffrey. This is bad. I can see tight end Tommy Tremble here at the tight end trap. Right, let's go for his spacing here. I will be looking for Tremble. Let's see if Christian McCaffrey gets back without a bad injury. Actually a nice catch. Could have gone out to the left, but Dynamic was going towards the right. Nice catch. And the defense was on him. Let's go with the PA wide drag wheel. I like those routes a lot because the tight end draws defenders to the left and Moore should find himself in space. That's what usually happens. So Kenny Pickett, I will let him stabilize. Alright, no chance. Out of bounds here. I will keep Christian McCaffrey at the risk of re-injury. Let's go with an inside zone here. I really only need to pick up 1 yard. Alright, now we are in. Very nice. Even though being dragged back across the line, we did pick up the first down. We are now going with a halfback slip screen. Again, we just need to get up the field a bit. I would like to pick up the touchdown to be on the safe side. But anything is good. Christian McCaffrey off to the races here, and he's out of bounds at 1 and 24 seconds. What a good run to the left-hand side here. Let's go with another halfback draw. Maybe force Atlanta to use their timeouts. My center is not all that powerful, so many of my runs are being kinda limited due to the center collapsing a bit. So we can see here very nice blockages. Christian McCaffrey almost making it to the goal line. Alright, so there's a flag on the field. Brandon Ayuk. What was that? Illegal block. That's not good. Did stop the clock though, but we're back 10 yards. This is not good. We will go with a stick here. Again, I think I will be targeting Higgins. And I did go with DJ Moore. He was simply opening up too good. And it's a perfect catch in the end zone. 53 seconds left though. Kenny Pickett really picking out DJ Moore here very nicely in the end zone. The NFC Conference Championship game is ahead of us against the Philadelphia Eagles. I can see Lamar Jackson down there. That is interesting, so I reckon he is the quarterback. We will be looking at the depth chart in the game again. Of course, let's head straight in and do a quick analysis of the team that we're facing in the NFC Conference Championship. At the beginning of the divisional championship game, the Panthers are heading out. Kenny Pickett leading his team onto the field. DJ Moore hyping himself up. Here's the confirmation. Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Baker Mayfield is in there as well, as is Jalen Hurts. That's an interesting QB setup. At halfback, we've got Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell. 97 overall. That's going to be tough to stop the running game. Fullback is Andrew Beck. Alright, wide receiver, we've got Devonta Smith. Quez Watkins, Robbie Anderson, we do remember him, he's out for blood I reckon. We sent him there in a change for Garrett Wilson. Next up we've got Alexander McKinley, George Spain and JD Brown, so a lot of rookies in there. Tight end is Dallas Goedert, still the veteran tight end. Left tackle Jordan Mailata, left guard Cody Ford. The center is Lamont Gaillard. I was looking at him as well as backup. Here's Pat Elflein, who we let go in the first season. Right guard is Lucas Patrick. Lane Johnson is the right tackle. Left edge Josh Sweat. Right edge is Jamie Alfaro. David Gocho is D tackle. Left outside linebacker we've got Hayes and Reddick and Patrick Johnson. Okay, mid linebacker is Jawan Bentley and Calvin Hall, again a rookie. Right outside linebacker, superstar X-Factor player Logan Wilson. Cornerbacks are Darius Slay Jr., Avante Maddox, Amat Gardner. This is Sauce Gardner from the 2022 draft. Free safety Marquise Blair, Josh Bushrod, strong safety Xavier Woods. That's our Xavier Woods. We sent him there on a trade. Andre Cisco, Jake Elliott as kicker, and punt race Matt Hacks. So there's a lot of rivalry going to be going on here, meeting old teammates and wanting to prove them wrong for letting them go. For Xavier Woods and Anderson, the wide receiver. We're underway. Defense is limiting a lot of plays, second half and second quarter, and it's still a 1 point game now. Heading into the third quarter, things are getting a bit clearer here. Oh, and Philadelphia draws. Carolina Panthers go ahead again in the fourth quarter. It's 34-21. Should I jump in? Yeah, let's just play a few downs. Right, we're 4th and 8 here. Let's take a field goal. An accurate kick, enough power, so this should be good, and it is. Christian McCaffrey, 37-21 with 1 minute 17 to go. I wanted to go out to the left, and that pocket collapsed very quickly. Basically, we can't let the clock run down, but that's boring watching for you, I reckon, so I will play through this. I also enjoy doing these runs, but I'm absolutely terrible right now. I don't know what I'm doing here. Christian McCaffrey must be asking himself the same thing. Let's think about maybe doing a dagger here. Let's aim for Rashard Higgins. He's on slant route a bit, softer slant route. Good catch. The window didn't open up enough and he's stopped by Blair. But a good throw, a few more yards for Kenny Pickett for the statistic. Coach D-Red happy at the sideline. Good throw, good spin on the ball. Nothing wobbling around. And a final play, it's counting down. I am in victory formation, but I will not be taking the knee. We've won the game and we're off to the Super Bowl, so celebrations are on. Super Bowl Sunday in the 2023 season, the Carolina Panthers, after a perfect season, 17-0, facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who had a bit of a rocky season with a 9-8. But their team overalls are not that far away from ours, so we will have to watch out for that. Patrick Mahomes, top of the MVP rankings, but Kenny Pickett not far behind. I'm really happy about that, and I'm very surprised by how well Sam Darnold is doing with an 81 overall. We will have to check him out later on. Coach of the Year, who else could it be after a perfect season? I'm going to take that title and put the badge on the wall. Alright, so this is the squad that will be heading into the Super Bowl against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The offensive line is unchanged, as you can see. The overalls did go up a bit overall. The wide receiver core is looking good. Garrett Wilson is back down here. And no, I did not miss the fact that Kenny Pickett is up to Superstar X Factor in his second season at the Carolina Panthers. This is absolutely insane. It's only been 2 seasons since we drafted him. In the 2022 season he had around 5,161 yards passing, and in this season he had 5,094 yards passing, so less yards but a higher overall rating, less interceptions in comparison to last year. More touchdowns, a bit more sacks as well, but that's not a problem for me. And the completion rate went up by 6%. This is absolutely great. It's only about 1/4 of passes that he's not bringing to the target. This is an absolutely insane rating. I'm very, very happy about this. Did not expect it. I did expect him to go up to Superstar at some point in time, but not as quickly, and definitely not reach Superstar X Factor development trait. We have a Superstar development trait for Shaq Thompson here, the 29-year-old veteran out of Washington. He's a 92 overall, and down here our cornerback. Very happy about this, Dante Jackson, 27 years old, out of LSU, 92 overall, also with a Superstar development trait. I just want to see what he got it for. Basically, I just think all those milestone goals, player award, conference championship win, and so on. Yeah, so that pushed him up. I will take that. I'm very happy, and I'm looking forward to play the Super Bowl now. Welcome to the Super Bowl as the Carolina Panthers face off against the Jacksonville Jaguars, led by Trevor Lawrence, who's leading the team out onto the field as we speak. Pyrotechnics going off everywhere, showing off what he can do. The Carolina Panthers head onto the field as well. I really like those cinematics at the beginning with the coaches and all the action. I think I will be playing more of the Super Bowl now, maybe the third and fourth quarter. Kenny Pickett ready, everybody's ready, I'm ready, hope you are as well. Let's go. So the game is underway, Jacksonville already on the board, Carolina heading back with a 7-3. It doesn't look like Jacksonville offense can get through as much as they would like to. It's the third quarter. We're at 21-6, 28-9. I will be jumping in. I want to play a few moments here for you. I just don't think that this will that this is a situation that I am able to break. Wow, massively inaccurate field goal. As the words left my mouth, I was corrected by the game. Alright, Jacksonville on the board. It's 28-15. Maybe I am able to break this game. Let's just hope that we do not end up losing it. I will be focusing on the run game to be on the safe side. Christian McCaffrey. Jacksonville still has all of their timeouts, and they are promptly taking one. We would have to give them an instant interception and a pick six, and then enable a second touchdown to make things exciting here. Does look like a safe game. We are 13 points ahead. I want to go with a PA deep cross just for the heck of it, and because I can, and because I want to show you some action, maybe cement my name as the king of all interceptions. Almost 3rd and 2. DJ Moore not able to catch. I will be going for DJ Moore again here. My backup is Ayuk. There we go. And not able to catch. Bullet pass to the left. What a weird throw by Kenny Pickett. And Jacksonville on the board. This is all just fan service here, trying to make things exciting again. 19 seconds, 6 points away from the Super Bowl win. McCaffrey picking up a few yards here. Nothing crazy here. Let's go for a halfback dive. 15 seconds. We would really have to hand them the football. Their defense is really tough, especially on the run game. We cannot really get through, but it doesn't matter. Even my Madden skills, as bad as they may be, weren't enough to hand Jacksonville the Super Bowl title. So this is the end of this quick and dirty rebuild with a win by the Carolina Panthers in the second season. So after this Super Bowl game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, we find ourselves at the end of this quick and dirty rebuild, focusing on the Carolina Panthers. The end score of the Super Bowl was 28-22, and my intervention almost caused the Panthers to lose that game. Before I picked up the controller and joined in on the action, there were 2 touchdowns difference in the score, and it turned out to be a bit of a tighter game by my doing. Let's take a quick look at the final roster after the Super Bowl win. I'm sure that if I would sim further, there would be more depth trait changes here. Kenny Pickett being the main protagonist of this quick and dirty rebuild here has more than surprised me. Very happy with his production in both these seasons, in his rookie season and the first season. His passing output was really great, and even if it's down to my skills that the throwing passing game was not as great in the Super Bowl, it is fantastic. He's gone up to a 95 from a 70 rating from a star dev and a 70 rating. He has pushed the team forward a lot, I'm sure of that. Defense is pretty much unchanged. It was a stable team to begin with, and definitely a lot of fun in putting a bit more precise changes in this rebuild. Not like in the Seahawks rebuild, which was a bit more bit more tough. It took 6 years to win the Super Bowl. Now it took 2 years. The quickest ones so far were the Pittsburgh Steelers with 1 season. And so at this point, I can only say thank you for watching. It's been great fun for me doing this quick and dirty rebuild. If you have ideas, if you want to see something specific, just drop a comment so I know what you think. Let me also know what you think of this format, if you'd like to see something changed, if you'd like to see a certain scenario. Other than that, if you like the video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. This always helps. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time.